Alright, the stream has started at this point, so hopefully you could hear me, and hopefully they'll be able to hear you whenever you decide to hook up your mic. I'm gonna send the link to the stream. Alright, let's do this. Yo, it is your boy, Combo Heaven, coming at you with the final verdict. Today's character up for discussion is none other than General Shao, better known as Kahn, which is the title that I'm using in the live stream because I refuse to call this person General anything. He is Kahn for a reason. So, the first thing we need to talk about is what type of character Kahn is. And helping me out with that is the Shao Specialist for Heaven Academy, Seasoned Fox. Now, Seasoned Fox needs no introduction if you're a fan of Rip's Arena, but I'll give him one anyway. He is, without a doubt, one of the strongest Shao players in the entire world. A lot of his greatest feats are in Rip's Arena, where you'll be able to see a lot of his high-level gameplay, but he is easily regarded as the most dangerous Shao player to run into in online competitive events. No, calling him general is disrespectful because he is a Kahn. He's not a general anything. He is a Kahn. He's not a general to be respected. He is a god to be feared, but that's neither here nor there. Now, Shao Kahn is a heavy aggressive character. Shao Kahn is probably one of the most aggro characters in the entire game, and he's very sharp-edged in terms of that aggression. In my opinion, Shao Kahn wants to do two very important things. The first thing he wants to do is enforce this. From there, he wants to confirm this into his launcher, do a simple ender that gives him a lot of Oki or frame advantage on knockdown, and then immediately go into his mix. Shao Kahn, with his axe on, is a very modest character, like pretty mid-tier. The best thing about this character is this ugly ass standing jab. It is the most broken normal in the entire game if you ask me. Obviously that's up for debate, but this move is just really good at making the opponent think twice about doing anything other than blocking. If you move, get hit in the face. If you try to mash, get hit in the face. And I can do it while being completely safe from you. His pokes, his down 4 is really good. His down 3 is okay. His down 1 is nothing to write home about. What this character wants to do is put you in a nice space to where he can force this string, or this string, and then once you're got tired of ducking those, that's not it. He has this mid that he can confirm, but good luck confirming that. That's like the closest thing this character has to a weakness. He doesn't have a mid string, he has this. So one of the first things you'll have to learn about Shao at high level is how to somehow confirm this or something. Or realistically, you'll just do this instead. Just to check people for poking. Like I said, Shao is a very straightforward character. He is a very meathead type of character. Like, the most complicated thing about this character is how you play neutral with him. It's decision making. His actual game plan is quite simple. Once again, it's literally just land a hit, mix, like we'll get into that, but we'll get into that in a second. Season, is your mic not working? Hold on. You guys in the chat are able to hear me, right? I really do not want to have to do this on a double take. Seasoned. Seasoned. Oh, no problem. Actually, I didn't fully see that message. Don't worry, guys. Some technical difficulties. We're just waiting on our character specialist. Alright, while we wait for Season Fox, I'm just going to show you guys a quick little combo exhibition. Oh, this is so hard to time on input delay. No, Seasoned. I cannot hear you at all. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so hard to time in input delay. Akuuso, you know they're coming soon. Don't spoil it to the audience. They don't know MKX is coming yet. Fucking go. How does that even happen? Season, did it work? Damn it. Whoops. Okay, Caesar, here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna leave, and this time I want you to invite me to the practice session, and that should reset the mic. So if your mic is still on, then what should happen is that if you just invite me to a new session, your mic should reconfigure and it should work. Alright, so hopefully this fixes the problem. Testing, testing. Read all about it. Wait a minute, I think I know what the problem is. Wait, no, that's not it. I don't think I turned those settings off. Yeah, no, because I remember hearing people online the other day. There's no way I turned those settings on. Not a peep? Alright, so I have a third idea. So let's just do this in Discord. So, Season, I want you to join the Discord channel in Heaven Academy, or Combo Heaven, the name of the server. So, alright, so Season, join the voice chat called Heavenly Coaching on Discord. I'll be able to join on PlayStation, and then your voice should be able to funnel through that way. At the very least, I'll be able to hear you, and that'll be enough for us to keep this going. So, like, I'm gonna go to Discord chat right now. So you want to go to the voice channel called Heavenly Coaching.
General Shao.
Did he hear any of this?
General Shao. Sektor. Stryker. Cage Mansion.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, I can hear you now. I actually am not sure if the audience can hear you, but I can fix that in post. As long as I can hear you, we'll be able to keep this going. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to hear you, but sometimes Discord is weird about, like, permissions and whatnot. Alright guys, sorry for the delay, but now we can officially get this show on the road. Oh, the frickin' Wuxi Academy. You know, Heaven Academy parody. I went back to player select because of the stage. Wuxi Academy. Yep, because Heaven Academy Virtual School, it's all about the branding. So if you guys can't hear Season Fox, I apologize in advance, but I will provide a transcript, but I'm like 70% sure you guys should be able to hear him. So, as I was saying, Shao Kahn is a very, what's what I'm looking for? He's a very sharp edge, aggressive character. You know, all of his tools are centered around what he does best, which is his offense, and he offers little resources in terms of defense or full screen presence. It's all about what he does when he's finally in. The first obnoxious thing about this character, in his axe form no doubt, is this ugly ass string. But for now, I'll let Season take the lead on this, because he definitely understands his character more than I do. Just explain his default like his basic neutral and his normals and whatnot.
As Kahn was just saying, I agree that General Shao is really offense-based character. I mean, you pretty much with the blocks, blocks and stuff like that. That's pretty much what it is, defense-based. Um, and as far as the offense, there's stuff that heavy combo has such a standing two. It reaches far as most standing stuff. What I like character. If you I check if you're running in on it or it's especially if you have something else. But people can just really want they punish it more. Is a super fun but standing actually exactly what the frame is. You don't want to do a thing. That's not it. Somehow you so yeah, basically you actually put a high check for an opponent that's getting a little too aggressive, running in on you, forcing the jump, and you get a whole speed. Now as far as the standing one, that's a high. You've got less range, obviously. You can't push an axe to it. Standing high is decent. I think like that's in two, but it's a lot more easy because the range is good. Standing one also is deep. I believe that the in my opinion the best multi-air being for every being down to the uppercut. And as far as general down goes, I think it's better as the opponent jumps in, especially if it's actually what it's staying through that well that they're looking in and maybe actually where they're up close to speed. Standing three is I think it really do a Tremor, but it looks like I never really fucking frame that as that. Yeah. I don't understand how it's cool. That one's really simple. You know, I'm simple with Barriere that I understand this game for over competitive for over a week. And I don't think it's ever standing one against the opponents. It's safe to say you can probably get about I don't think that's your fault. Standing four, if you want to farther out, looks like there's something.
Yeah, there's no value from that string, from that normal. Like I was thinking, maybe that's the thing, but no, there's no value off of that normal. Thank goodness. One thing that's really good about Shao, I think, is his pokes. His down four, especially, is like really good as like a complement to his standing two. So like from half screen, he can check you, and then force his standing twos. Like he doesn't have to risk himself at all when he's starting his offense. And remember, Shao Kahn just one tick from this, and boom, he gets started. Like if Shao Kahn touches you with this, you probably already lost. Because that is the thing with Shao. Shao is one of the best. No, Shao Kahn might actually be the best pre-hit mix-up character in the game. For those of you that don't understand what a pre-hit mix-up character is, mix-ups can fall into one of two competitive categories: pre-hit and post-hit. Pre-hit mix-ups are mix-ups that happen in neutral. They are mix-ups that you and Shao is the best character in the game in enforcing those type of things.
What does that smell? You don't smell it?
It's very punishable on quick, but on block, there's only what I can remember is two characters in the game who can consistently punish his game 2-2 even before he was. And
Oh, so it's -7. So there are actually quite a few characters that can punish this move then, but that's like neither here nor there because he has this string right here. But is there a gap in that? Yeah, there is a gap. Okay, so this string has a gap in it, and this string by itself, it can be punished by certain characters. So if you are able to punish Shao Kahn's 2-2 on block and are also able to consistently whiff punish, congratulations, you are one of the few characters that has a convincing winning matchup against this character. Off the top of my head, I feel like T1K is probably a really bad matchup for Shao because he can outrange Shao, he can play the range that Shao Kahn enforces this standing 2. He can whiff punish Shao Kahn with that down back 3 nonsense, and then down back 3 is also a 7-frame punish. I don't know if you know that or not, but if a T1000 player were to just block this string, they could down back 3 enhance, and that's like a combo. If you've never had that done to you before, yeah, you now know that. But like in general, if you don't have if you don't have an automatic hit option to counter standing 2-2 whiffing and standing 2-2 being blocked, chances are you have to deal with Shao Kahn's mind game. Another thing we didn't talk about enough is his not quite an auto-shimmy. I don't know if I would call this a true auto-shimmy because I feel like if I'm reading strike throw, I don't think I'm going to get hit by this. However, it does have one advantage of an auto-shimmy, which is you can't microduct this, and you're going to get slapped in the face for trying to microduct this, and that's going to confirm. From what I understand, Shao Kahn is the only character in the game that has a meterless launcher for a quote-unquote auto-shimmy. I believe he's the only character that has something like that. Obviously, there are characters that have 3-hit confirmable auto-shimmies, and maybe if they have a meterless launcher as well, but that's not quite the same thing as a string that is safe on block, that is automatically a launcher that you can just throw out. It is not the same thing. So these two moves right here are Shao Kahn's bread and butter. The only other string he has that has any value, in my opinion, is this string right here. But I can't even begin to tell you when is a good idea to throw that move out, because it is a slow high with a really bad angle, but like, it's a really dice confirm. You get big damage off of it if your execution is on point. Season, when would you ever throw this move out? Okay, real quick. It wasn't as big of a deal before, but like the quality, but your voice was muffling. It wasn't as bad before, but now I really can't hear what you just said. Okay. Honestly, because it's Discord, I don't even think you need to use your mic. You could honestly just use your phone. Like, that's what I would do if I didn't have a mic on. Because the mic could be muffling it, or maybe it's like the positioning.
Oh no, that's what I was saying. I just forgot that.
Okay, see, now I can hear you better. Now I can hear you better. Alright, so
Okay, cool.
take it from the top.
As far as forward 1-2-2, don't use that because I'm positive that I can hit confirm that into like a brutality. I like to finish my fight. But other than that, that's actually a very punishable move that I think. So I want you to try armoring through it. I'm gonna do 3 things. I'm gonna do standing string alone, do that, and then I'm gonna try to do both moves. Can't do the best to it. I'm about to show you exactly why I don't like this move. Which you want phone like me. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so the first 2 hits are gapless at least.
Oh yeah, there's not a gap until this 2.
There's gap in that, no?
No, you can do it at the 2. I can't do it.
I don't know, it's not, nothing's coming out. Hold on, you try it. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Okay, but what is this on block? Actually, frame data. Oh, what is that? I literally took one of my glasses off, so I can't even see. Hold on, let me put it back on. Oh, that's not bad. Hold on. -2. I mean, that's not terrible. Although you are right in their face, so like, so maybe just something like that. I don't know, I feel like I could just not finish the string because it's a really slow string that doesn't have a gap apparently. So like, this is gapless. I don't like that I'm right there though, because realistically, Shao Kahn's trying to do this afterwards. I don't like that. But like right here, it also kind of complements this string. I don't know. I feel like I could throw this out, but also there's no reason to because this functions the exact same way as the 4-2 because it does the same thing. So you really don't need to use the string. They really need to do something to the string to give it a little bit more value. But I could definitely see why you don't use it when this literally serves the exact same purpose. Like in the combo guide that I've basically already finished recording, a lot of the routes where I do this, they are completely interchangeable with just doing this. And 1-2 is probably more realistic because, again, this is the auto-shimmy. Now, let's actually talk about his special moves now. Specifically this, because this is the only utility-based special move, for lack of a better word. Like, let's explain just putting the hammer down, because one thing about this move is that it is technically unsafe on block. Is anybody gonna punish this? Most characters, no, but there are quite a few who can. And if you are a character that can punish this move on block, congratulations, you are probably a character that Shao Kahn loses to. Off the top of my head, Raiden. Shao Kahn does not like Raiden, especially after those buffs, because he can now punish this move. He can now punish. He can like punish 2-2. He can punish this, and obviously he can punish this nonsense. So obviously don't use Shao against Raiden if you can be helped, because that is a not great matchup apparently. But like, let's say you're one of the many characters that cannot punish this move. This is a very good move to just throw out. I'll see a lot of Shao players kind of just do poke into this. Most commonly, I'll see like forward 4, which is one of his few only other mids. And then it's like safe or something, and then on block, like let's say you block forward 4, it's like hard to punish or something. Now another thing is that there is a, oh, it's -10. Another thing is there is a big ass flawless block gap that somebody could do, which makes it very unsafe. I think anybody could punish it on a flawless block, which is where the whole, you know, matchup knowledge comes into play. Yeah, that's a. I think that's a just frame stand. Yeah, that's a just frame standing 2 punish for Shao. So even Shao can punish this actually. So you wouldn't even need to flawless block actually. If you have a long range jab, you don't even need to flawless block it. But like, once again, if you are a character that has to just deal with this, good fucking luck for you, because that is disgusting. If Shao Kahn can just do this, then Shao Kahn is now a character that gets access to this ugly mode for free. Tell me what your opinions are about this move. When you throw it out, how useful it is, the weaknesses, blah 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 blah.
Combo was just saying, having an axe down or putting it down, if you can't confirm it's bad on you. Off the top of my head, I can think of leave naked points that there are a couple of range now actually I can put I have to put one of this okay, so now when General Shao axe down, if you are forward and you don't go quickly, you might as well call it. A lot of people like to get up and start down standing too, but if that's not, they know it's being wrong with the axe.
Well, here's the thing. Hold on. If they're put on knockdown, wouldn't they be scared of this anyway? I'm confused to see why. I'm confused to see that people would actually mash it. I would never mash in this situation. I'm either armoring or I'm holding the mix. Like, people are jumping. I can see people jumping maybe, but like, mash this? Are people stupid? Dude, like, what? That's crazy to me.
I feel like the people who do this on the paper to fight you back and get you back condition if they're trying to guess your mix up to get you started, which, if you think about it, kind of a burden on, but at the same time, they might prevent it on get up, or if they stand up and do like an up block that is equally punishable. Like I do with Sparks and Tara play in combat with who's just check, then and attack, and he ended up beating.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the gap in my stream though was trying to condition me. It didn't work because every time he got on the track, I just down for it.
Alright, so I guess this actually brings us to Shao Kahn's most consistent quote-unquote weakness. Other than the fact that he doesn't have a full-screen presence, which isn't a real weakness considering what his best cameos are, this character gets mashed on. If this character couldn't get mashed on, Shao Kahn would, in fact, be the best character in the game. But all of his best strings, as you may have noticed, are highs, or they're just unsafe, technically. So if you're a character that has fast buttons, can whiff punish, and then can consistently punish any of its unsafe stuff, you will have a very easy time making Shao, and you'd be surprised how many characters actually fit that bill. The only characters that really don't fit that bill are, frankly, most of the top tiers. Like, T1K is like the only character off the top of my head that does everything I just said. But a lot of the mid tiers and lower tiers will actually like kind of annoy this character to death because mashing. And then if a character just straight up has better frame data than Shao, it's also going to be an uphill battle because Shao. Basically, if you have better buttons than Shao Kahn is actually very hesitant when he gets his game plan started, which is this. He lands a hit, frame advantage, mix, that's his thing. But if he's worried about 1,001 things on knockdown and the opponent has better buttons than you, then Shao Kahn is suddenly going to start hesitating, and that's when you have the opportunity. So, like, how do we fix that? Now, this is actually a very fixable weakness, which is where we're going to now talk about cameos, because the combos will be reserved for the actual combo guide, which will be releasing tonight, today. So this is the team I decided to showcase, which is Shao Sektor. Now, in my opinion, exclusively my opinion, this is Shao's best team. And the reason I believe this is based off of my critical character theory. In my opinion, every character has what I like to call archetype building blocks. Shao Kahn is a pre-hit mix-up character with 3-way mix. How do we determine that? Well, that's easy. When he's in this mode, which he can obtain after landing any combo, he has access to a plethora of options. He has This is the fastest overhead in the game. That's considering specials as well. The only overhead in the game that's technically faster is Homelander's, and that's locked behind his stance, so you can make the argument that this is the fastest overhead in the game. And it's also safe on block, obviously. He also has this hit confirmable low that has identical frame data, especially like in Axis form. Actually, their frame data is legitimately identical in Axis form, oddly enough. So you already have to deal with pre-hit mix that you can't fussy guard. That's number one. Then, on top of that, you have a command grab. Now that by itself wouldn't be a lot, but let's say you have a character, but let's say you can combo from the command grab. This is not optimal, but I'm just making a point. Well, now you have 3-way mix. So it's either low, overhead, or command grab. Well, I could just armor. Actually, no, you can't, because guess what? This has armor on it, so you're gonna die for that. I don't know why more Shao players don't do that, actually. They just use the armor command grab when they mash. Because this is also an answer if they mash, no? Oh, I'm gonna mash on wake up, armor command grab, you just died. Actually, check me on that. I don't know why Shao players don't do that. There's a lot of things that I'm questioning why Shao players don't do. There's this one big thing that I really want to know why Shao players don't do.
Well, as I said,
Wait, so there is an armor priority? So let's say I were to down one after a situation. Actually, I'll just let you do it. So if you were to poke, no, it has armor priority. So if they actually commit to a poke, they would still lose. No. So at that point, they have to duck on a hard read, but that just makes the other mix stronger because once again, this is not fuzzyable. And don't even get me started on this. Bullshit, which is why did they give him that? Oh my god. I don't even want to know how plus on block that is. All I know is that I will never mash on that ever. Like, why does that combo on hit? That's so stupid. That also combos on hit, I think. I'm not sure. It kind of looked like it did. But anyways, so like this character is disgusting, obviously. And now that we know that armor priority does take place, I was worried that you said it didn't. At which point that's like a critical error. But also, isn't this armored as well? I don't know why it's armored, but there you go. That's two armored launchers right there. Oh, by the way, just gonna slowly throw this out there. Shao Kahn has the second fastest armor move in the game. It's so fast that half the time when a Shao player is gonna armor through this, it'll actually just beat it outright, and then they get a free launcher. Like, it's very annoying. But now we're gonna get into Sektor. So Sektor has a lot of things going for it. The first thing this team has, and I'm just gonna throw this out for expedition. Damage. In my opinion, Sektor gives Shao access to some of the best practical damage he could ask for. Off of a axis low, there you go. Off of an overhead, which is risky to be fair, he can get almost 50. He can get almost 50 off of overhead. Now, obviously, this is semi-telegraphed. Well, the low isn't. The overhead kind of is, but that's neither here nor there. He also gets combo off a normal grab, in case anybody cares about that. The timing is weird. I figured that out in practice mode. Oh, I think I got it. If you get the optimal, it's like 28%, even without the damage buff, which... Why are more Shao players doing this? The recovery isn't that bad. Or maybe it is, I don't know. That's besides the point. So that's the first thing Sektor gives. But right, there are other cameos that give Shao this. That's not the biggest thing, right? There is one more thing that Sektor gives Shao, which is the cornerstone of this character's offense. No, it's not the OTG. Vortex. This is why Shao is the best pre-hit mix-up character in the game. It is not just because the mix is unreactable and fuzzyable, but because Shao Kahn's best teams all are able to do one very important thing, which is Vortex the opponent. Fuck. So hard to hit this. So hard to hit this goddamn... Nope. So actually, you're only supposed to do one loop, but the point is, Shao Kahn can Vortex you to death. And this is the second why aren't Shao players doing this? Because I have never seen a Shao player do this a day in my entire life. I've seen Evo, I've seen Combo Breaker, I've seen you play in Rips. I've never seen a Shao player do this, and I want to know why. Because I do not understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I genuinely want an explanation. And if you tell me you didn't know this was the thing, I'm gonna look at you crazy. Stryker does that too, by the way. Like, there are 3 cameos specifically that give Shao this. Technically, Janet does it slightly better, but, you know, Sektor gives him this, but all the other things as well. Oh, so I actually didn't break down all of the options, so... Assuming I don't drop it today, fuck. Get the low. Oh, that comes back faster than I thought. I literally forgot the routing already. Get alone. This is not optimal, but I'm just spitballing here. So low option, that's gonna do you about 45%. If you dash up, it's very important that you dash up before descending 2 here, so you don't have to dash up to do the overhead, because if you have to dash up to do the overhead, it's telegraphed and now the mix is no longer real. So you gotta do that micro dash. So it can hit from max range. So it does hit from max range, I mistimed the dash. Ugh. This is so hard to time. It's you don't have to solve with Stryker or Janet, but Sektor's recent has so much goddamn pushback. So you have to time it perfectly, otherwise you have to dash up to do the overhead, and at that point you've telegraphed it. I believe the recent is plus 19 or 20. No, I think it's plus 22 actually. I know Janet's recent is plus 20 exactly. I don't know how plus Stryker's recent is. Fucking hell. Now, you can also just corner carry this. Whoops. There we go. Problem solved. This is realistically what I would probably do, because Shao's corner carry is above average. From half screen, he can take it to the corner. No. Yep. So yeah, that is obviously disgusting. When you suddenly put the opponent in a situation where they can no longer delay, wake up, armor, bullshit their way out of any situation, they have to hold the mix, that is dangerous. The only reason I can't call Shao the best character in the game with this tech is because technically I have to spend half of a cameo to set it up, which means I no longer have access to my grab combo, which makes the mix just slightly, emphasis on slightly, less dangerous. Because once again, you can also do double restand. What does that mean? It means you can do this. Let's see if I can hit it today. Yeah, if you get this off, you can start all over again. So you get a free mix. That's what's supposed to be a back two. So you get a second mix, and what a second mix, you basically TOD any character whose name isn't Shao Kahn. If your character does not have 1100 health, they are dead from this double mix. And Shao Kahn has this win condition off of 3 teams. I believe that Sektor is the strongest out of the 3 because in addition to this, like I said, Shao has the high damage off of the low axeless, an overhead axeless, then a normal grab combo. The recharge rate is also very generous. The damage he gets off the grab combo is some of the highest you'll see. If you can time it perfectly, you can get about 50% without up block on the command grab off of the axis, or something close to that. But it's kind of hard to time, but there is a consistent timing that it's really hard for me to get because of this damn input delay that's driving me crazy. Hold on. No, you don't. Okay, there we go, back. Alright, so that is basically Sektor in a nutshell. Obviously, Sektor has other things like, oh, neutral, but Season can explain this better than I can because Season does use Sektor often in Rips. I don't know if this is your main team, but I do know that you've used General Shao Sektor. So what do you think about General Shao Sektor, actually? And is there any tech that I missed? Because I probably did. You're muffling again.
Okay, is better?
Yes, better.
Alrighty. Now to piggyback off what you said, I do agree. I believe that Sektor is arguably General Shao's best cameo in this game. Just because even though Tremor offers him a lot of utility, I just don't see Tremor only has 1 usage and then he's gone for like 10 seconds or something justified.
Yeah, the cameo penalty is really bad for Shao because Shao does not want to be naked.
I agree. I agree. And then if somebody hits Tremor, it's definitely over for General Shao because he doesn't even, he takes 10 seconds to get back into the
Yeah, you lose everything.
Agreed. I agree. But yeah, I believe Sektor is General Shao's best cameo just because all the gaps that we previously spoke of here in this video, Sektor can cover that gap. Like for instance, if General Shao were to do a forward two on who's an overhead, if he times it out right, an opponent can punish that. However, I'm sorry, I just totally thought I was right.
Yeah, this is effectively. I just thought about that. That is effectively a safe mix because realistically, how are you getting out of that? Yeah, you're just not. You can't do anything about that. In fact, it's my turn. Actually, if you respect it, it's actually my turn. So you have to eat another mix. Same with this one. Now, realistically, this one would be a little bit different because you have to activate double missile later. So what would happen is that you would block it, and then I would panic, and then activate it immediately, and then hopefully it all works out. But, like, the overhead specifically, yeah, this is free mix.
Now, Sektor with General Shao is a very dangerous team. Because so gives General Shao the benefit of having a full screen presence, which is what his character lacks. I think General Shao's biggest weaknesses, and most of his attacks are highs, and his projectile, for lack of a better word, really doesn't count as a projectile. I mean, it sucks. If he puts the axe down and an opponent is cornered, I could literally take away about 70% of an opponent's health one time because they didn't know that his axe projectile move, when it actually is up close, they didn't know that it counts as an overhead into a low. So they just kept getting hit on their head and losing 11% every time. 11%. I forgot the axe and came back to my hands, to be honest, but they lost it. They got me at least 5 to 6 times just off of that.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't like just lab that, but also that move is like I think the move is like what unsafe or something. There's something wrong with it. There's a reason why high level players don't use that anymore. I forget what the problem is exactly.
Technically, it is unsafe. I had a new Kahn player yesterday in Combat League consistently wake up when they do that move, knock down. He just woke up and he punished for it.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of this. Vortex is actually really important for Shao now more than ever because of the meta that we're in, which is the Darius Invincible Wake Up meta. Yeah, Darius would shut Shao Kahn's game plan down completely, actually, unfortunately. So, Vortex is really important, again, depending on who you're fighting. Like, if you're fighting Natara, whose best cameo I believe is Darius, you need a Vortex team. You can't use Chameleon. I'm so sorry. I don't care what you think. You can't use Chameleon against her. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Honestly, don't even think Chameleon is all that good anymore. That's so 2024, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get to that later.
No, I agree. The one thing about Darius, though, I can say, even his invincible wake up, while it's good for cameos out of the swing, it blows. It's very punishable on block. I don't know if you know this, but if you flawless block, you last hit, and you stand very close to your opponent when you get that wake up, you actually can, especially with a long range character, you can consistently punish that. Just off the top of my head, I can think of General Shao that can punish that for sure. I've seen smoke players punish that with that advancing mid before we won. I know T1000 can punish that. Pretty much anybody can do that with like some very fast frames. But I don't think people who use the cameo are probably willing to risk it on get up just to knock people out of the big and stop themselves from losing essentially after their health.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you have to play around the Darius Wake Up, you already lose. Because once you're anticipating the Darius Wake Up, guess what they can start doing? Wake Up Grab, Wake Up Buttons. I've seen it. That's how Velocity beat who's 2 Trillion one time. The nigga was so scared of that Invincible Wake Up because Rain's whole game plan is knockdown fucking pressure. He was like waiting for it, and now he just gets wake up grabbed, and it's disgusting. I don't like it. I do not like playing the Darius wake up mind game. So if there is any way to just not deal with it, I'm all for it. Which is why I am such a big Vortex advocate. Like I could go all day about Vortex. I believe if your character has Vortex, they should almost always use it, even if they don't have Darius Wake Up. Because once again, it's not even just about the Darius Wake Up. You can't do anything. You have to guess left or right, or you die. It just is. Because, once again, this character hurts. You're going to do anywhere from... So the least damaging route into the restand is this. And then the most damaging... 40%. And if I hit this too, guess what? You just lost 80% of your life. If you took any damage before I hit you with this, you just lost the game. Yeah, that is actually 85% combined. So... And that was just one. Remember, Shao Kahn can double mix, because if he hits you with this... Guess what? He can do a double mix into another Sektor restand, so now you're definitely dead. Like Shao Kahn can one touch you, 100%. You will never touch the ground again. But yeah, Sektor is definitely arguably his best team, but that doesn't mean it's his only team. Obviously, characters can kind of counterplay Sektor Cameo with a sub-cameo, or they're just characters that are a bit more obnoxious to where Shao Kahn needs a little bit extra protection, which is where we bring Stryker into the mix. Now, Stryker is very much Sektor's very distant cousin, in my opinion. It does literally everything Sektor does, except now you're using Stryker instead of Sektor, so there are some implications. One key difference I can think of off the top of my head that is different between Stryker and Sektor is A, machine gun pressure, and B, BNBs. With Sektor, you're really not using your cameo for BNBs. Like, you would rarely ever go for this OTG. I mean, it's nice that he has it, but you would almost never go for it most of the time because realistically you'll want both of your resources, especially if you want to double Vortex, because there are so many matchups where you really can't afford for the opponent to have a chance to wake up or make a comeback, like against T1000 or Cyrax. No, you touch them once, that has to be the whole game right there. They have to die there. But with Stryker, you definitely can afford to use Cameo because the recharge rate is significantly better than Sektor. So if you want a team where you can afford to cash out on damage consistently, I would definitely recommend Stryker over Sektor in certain matchups. But overall, Stryker and Sektor kind of do the exact same thing. Like, they offer him the exact same thing. But I'll let you take it from here. Unless you don't know the Vortex route, in which case I will take control of your body.
To be honest, I just picked Stryker because you picked your cameo and I picked Stryker.
Oh, I can show you everything. So, like I said, this pretty much does the same thing that Sektor does. Fucking hell. I forgot when that comes back. So right there you get a mix. Obviously you could do a double mix-up. Well, I keep on forgetting when the axe comes back, but like I said, that was a double mix-up right there. If your name wasn't Shao Kahn, you just died there. So literally, you could do the same thing. So that's number one. And actually, his reset is better, because the Sektor reset is plus 30. And no, the Sektor reset is like plus 22, so that's barely good enough. Look at that, that's plus 35, you have all day. So you could actually dash in if you wanted to. Like, you could totally do it, because they still have to hold it anyway, so you could dash in until, like, a fake out, like, basically walk them down, is what I mean. But realistically, you wouldn't want to do that anyway, because Shao operates on a timer. So once again, this team does the same thing that Sektor does. Fuck. You do still want to get that dash up stand 2 if you can, because that just makes everything better. Fuck. I hate my life. Also, obviously, you get the combos. So let me see if I remember this route. Fuck. So without activating your damage buff, this is already breaking 50, and if you do, it does like 58%, and you obviously get it off of this as well. Actually, you don't get that. You don't have enough time, so you have to do this route, which only does modest damage. If you don't even have the damage buff, I honestly wouldn't even recommend going for this, because like I said, it's barely 40. You also get a command grab combo outright. Actually, the way we go for it is different, so you would do something like this, actually. And that's actually like a whole thing. Like, that's Shao's secondary mix. So if he doesn't feel like going for Vortex, he can spend all of his resources and go for a Stryker mix. But it's only strike throw, because if you do the overhead into this, you're not going to get anything. So it is weaker, but look at the reward. That's the thing. Depending on the situation, this may be better. But obviously, you would ideally want to use both. And look at that, you already have a Stryker back. In addition, this character has this team has BNBs that you can actually afford to use because the recharge rate is better. So let me see if I can hit it. I mistimed it, but you can get like 40% here. This would do 45%. In the corner, it's even better. Oh, no, please don't do it. I always get a... Why do you forsake me? Damn it. Alright, we'll do... Alright, I'll host another one. Because I refuse to do this again. Like, no. We are not doing a take two. Like, there's literally no time. Do you have any idea how many more characters are left? There's no time for a take two. And then Invincible Versus is dropping in like 5 days. Like, no, there's no time. Do you have any idea how many titles Heaven Academy has to cover? No, MK1 needs to be wrapped up. I'm so sorry. I already sent you another invite. But yeah, Stryker literally does all of the same things that Sektor does, only you have the added mix of machine gun mix. But honestly, like I said, the teams are so similar that the game plan for Stryker and Sektor is identical. You would use Stryker the same way you would use Sektor for safety. You get the same thing off of it. We can honestly move on to the next two cameos. Like, I'm just going to be showing you the same thing, but with a different cameo. The teams are identical. At least as far as Shao Kahn uses them. The only thing that's different is that Machine Gun... No, not even... Machine Gun actually gives you slightly less damage, actually, because of the routing. Because Stryker interrupts Shao Kahn earlier, the routing is like... The damage is like off. So like Janet is the last team that has a, Vortex. After that, the only other two teams I believe we're talking about are Tremor and one more cameo. So realistically, these first four cameos are honest to God meta picks. These are the teams that I believe you would see. Out of all of these four meta picks, Janet is going to require the most convincing, so let's just knock it out of the way. Unless you've used Janet before, in which case, by all means, take the wheel. Yeah, you're muffling again. A little bit better. So it's still slightly muffled. Rizity, we're in the middle of a live stream. This better be important. Just pretend he isn't there. So have you used Janet before, or do I need to take the wheel? This is live. Rizzy, you're 14. So seasoned, like, do you use Janet, or did you just know that was coming next because you were reading off the list? So you've played Janet before. Also, you were muffling again. I kind of just translated because I speak muffle. But I'm pretty sure my audience doesn't like. Seriously, I don't. Seriously, no, seriously, the mic is like it's still muffling. What's going on with it? Is it like, is it like your phone and you're holding it up to your face so you can hear it better, and then it muffles when you put it down? No, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, now I can slightly hear you better, but you're still actively moving the phone back and forth. Alright, while we wait for him to fix that, I guess I'll start going over Tremor. So, Tremor is a very simple team, I would say. Honestly, this is probably Shao Kahn's. It's really hard to explain what Tremor does for Shao because objectively it offers Shao a lot less. It offers things, don't get me wrong, but like, in my opinion, I don't really care for this team. But damn, I really would need Season to explain this one. I'm really not qualified to talk about Tremor because like this is a team that doesn't look very good for Shao on paper. Like it has B&Bs. But, like, that's not important. He has a combo from overhead, but, like, other teams do this better, obviously. The other two teams we just talked about do this better. He has a combo off the low, but other teams do this better. He has combo off the command grab, but Stryker, Sektor specifically does this thing better. Like, the command grab combo doesn't even work mid-screen. The reason you pick Tremor is for safety, specifically, hold on. It's for this armor move. So like what a lot of Shao players will do is that they'll go into their win condition off of like aftershock or something. And then they can just mix with no consequences because now they don't care about armor, they don't care about anything, they don't care. They're just gonna eat it and then they're gonna kill you for it. Darius wake up, they're gonna eat it and they're gonna kill you for it. Armor, they're gonna eat it and then they're gonna kill you for it. Poke, they're gonna eat it and then you get the idea. That's like the only reason you pick this team. Obviously you have other types of things, like you have hard to blockables, which are nice, but like I really don't think Shao needs that. Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, that's better. Oh, that's probably why there was a mic issue. I didn't realize you were on Xbox. I could assume PC. But back to the task at hand. But yeah, back to the task at hand. So like, I would actually like you to. We should probably just switch places because you would need to. I'm not qualified to talk about Tremor. The best way I was able to explain Tremor is that it's like a team that you pick when you just want to ignore what the opponent is doing defensively. So you do a B&B, activate crystalline armor, and then you can do whatever you want. You no longer care about anything. And then he also has the boulder hard to blockables. But in my opinion, like See, I would need to see gameplay because, in my opinion, this team is like not as good as the other teams. Like, I feel like what it offers Shao, Shao doesn't really need. I feel like he doesn't need safety if your neutral is on point because he's already a relatively safe character when you play him properly. So it's like, okay, crystalline armor ignores armor, but you know what's better than having to spend your whole cameo to ignore armor? Spending half of your cameo to make them not be able to wake up in the first place. And then, like, the hard to blockables off of the boulders are okay until you realize if I don't armor, the overhead option doesn't even work. Like, it doesn't function. So you would do something like that, but that's fake. I will never get hit by that. Season, you are definitely stronger than me, and you would definitely dog me in the first to 10. I promise you, if you do that to me, I'm going to look at you crazy. I'm not getting hit by that. But yeah, Shao Tremor is... See, this is one of those teams that are gassed up by pro players, so you're forced to talk about it even though you yourself don't even think it's all that good. You just think pro players don't like playing with risk. I feel like a lot of pro players are very uncomfortable with risk. So I guess people use this for plus on block overhead launcher, but like double missile does this. I just don't get it. Yeah, so like one thing I could think of is maybe they do this into Tremor, so maybe that's the reason they would pick this. They can just throw this out and then call Tremor, and then you have to deal with it, which is okay, but also play neutral. I'm sorry, this is the best high jab in the game in terms of mid-range. In terms of mid-range, this is the best high jab in the game. Just play neutral. Earn the hit. Why are you wasting your entire cameo option just so you don't have to think when you're fighting? I'm looking at you, Dialogue. Like, at least with Stryker, you're breaking 40, and then with Sektor, you could break 50, barely 30 for overhead. At that point, I'll just use Lao. But don't get me even. I don't even want to talk about Lao. That is a 2023 team. It's cute, but like we've grown up. We're adults now. Here's one thing like I thought was okay about this team. Hold on, I forget what the routing was. No, it was something like so you get like 51%. I don't even think that was the route, to be honest with you. But so like if you have the damage buff on, you can get something like this. I forget what the route was exactly, but it's like 50% for a bar. And like, okay, that's fine. So I don't even think that was the route because I remember recording it, but it was doing like 52%. But like, once again, other characters give Shao this type of damage. In fact, this is the other team that gives Shao this type of damage. If you just want a character that gives Shao really high BNB damage, look no further than Janet Cage. Now, Janet Cage is the last of the Vortex trilogy of Shao. It is arguably the weakest of the Vortex trilogy because all of Janet's utility comes into the fact that she has the Vortex. Like, that's it. This character does not have a command grab combo, which is stupid. The reason is dumb. So this doesn't work when you hit the raw command grab, but it does work if you were to, say, hit the midair. I think that's dumb. But, like, other than that, this team is, like, really cool. Like, this team is very slashy. Let me see if I can hit it today. Hitting triple Danet with input delay, a man can dream. Whoops, wrong one. Fuck. So it's like a... Ugh, Jesus. I can't even, like, do a proof of concept. I either hit the combo or I don't. Yeah, something like that. It is, but like if you're only spending one cameo, it's already back, so it's like a harmless spend, right? So you get 40. But honestly, you don't even really need to spend the bar. It's just flashy, right? This theme is flashy, but realistically, you're not doing that. What you're actually doing is this. And you're just doing stuff like that. So like, you can get easy double Vortex. But also, Janet's resend is very good because you don't need to you barely have to dash. You could do one dash for both options. And you get a little bit of damage at the end, and that's the low option. The overhead option is very much similar. Actually, the overhead option is a little different because you're going for this. You get it back, you want a forward dash to get it back a little bit faster, but from there you'll get like 35%, so you get the Vortex, and obviously you do double Vortex. It's the same thing with Stryker and Sektor, you get double Vortex. The only thing is, this team doesn't give you anything for the, well, maybe you do get something here. No, that also doesn't work for some reason I can't explain. So like, you don't get mix-ups off of this, you don't get this, but like, you don't really need it, you can literally just play around hit confirming this. Guess what? It's mix-up time. Double mix. Oh, and this one is really cool, so like... You actually have enough time to get a double loop into it. Which I think is cool, because this is the only cameo where you can get the double loop. So... Every single time you hit confirm with Janet, they could die right there because you get... And look at the recharge rate. The recharge rate is so good that you can consistently double Vortex, actually. So that's what makes this team good. Another thing that makes this team good is his damage in general. So, like, in the corner specifically, Shao is able to consistently get 50% with his character. But... So for 2 bars, which is the absolute maximum I would recommend spending to break 50... You can easily get 50%, so there are multiple routes. I could kind of see myself hitting this in a real match. Wrong one. Wait, that's actually not the route. So it's easy too, because it's the 224, because it scales better. And you do it again. And that was the unoptimal version. If you are on point, you actually get a 2-2 into it, and that's going to make it break 51% for 2 bars. And then obviously you can do off of this as well. But I really don't see back 2. Actually, we didn't talk about back 2 at all, did we? We should probably do that. That was gonna be like 51% for like half of a cameo for 2 bars, so that was even better, but obviously you had to talk about hitting this move. And let's actually discuss that real quick, because that's kind of like the last piece of Shao Kahn's normals. What is it with this move? Like, how do you hit it? What makes it good? Blah, 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 blah. Now, realistically, how is the... Now, does this move... What I want to know is, does this move have priority? So, like, +3, right? So, would I be able to interrupt it mid-animation? Like, for example. So you just do it. So that's what's garbage. I doubt I'd be able to do it on reaction, but at least not in this connection. Oh, there it is. So yeah, that's disgusting. But obviously, it can fit a whiff punish. Like this is it's a whiff punish call out for sure. Call me crazy, but I would really appreciate like a damage scaling reduction on this move just to justify going for it. Because if if this BNB did almost this basic BNB, no cameo. This doesn't even break 40. If that did almost 45% because of the scaling off of this, I would probably go for it more. Yeah, so you like that barely breaks forward. If that just did a little bit more damage, like the scaling was better, and then you combine with cameos on top of it, yeah, I could justify going for this because now it's like, okay, I hit you with this, you're losing 50%. There are only a handful of cameos I could confidently say you're losing 50% if I hit you with it back too, and none of those apply unless I have this also activated, which activating this on its own is a whole thing. Like I think you could do it on knockdown, but why would I waste damage for that? Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to do it on knockdown, actually, because after I do a combo, I'm already in the other stance. So I would do it like this, I guess. That's stupid. Why not just go for my win condition right then and there? Why did I waste an opportunity to kill you with Vortex to get a damage buff? So realistically, you would just activate this when they're zoning you out, and there's nothing you can do about it anyway, so you might as well activate this. That's the only time I could see a shotgun player going for this. Oh, you're zoning me? Cool. Now, one thing I could do is, like, with Janet specifically, I could do something. Like, let's say I timed everything perfectly. So, like... I'm thinking in my head, right? I activate this. Fuck. So, like, you get an Axis combo. I could, if I get Triple Janet to come out properly, I could get a damage buff for free and then still get the combo at the end. That's the only time I could see myself being able to get a damage buff, and that's just with Janet specifically. And if you're picking Janet, you're already going out of your way to pick a team that's slightly weaker than the other teams. In my opinion, Janet is what I would like to call a point team. Actually, I need to explain this. So in Heaven Academy, I subscribe to the theory of So, I don't know if you played a 3v3 tag fighter before, but in 3v3 tag fighters, there are terms that are given to the order in which a character is available to fight. Your point character is the first character that is on screen, your support character is the character in the middle, and then your anchor is the character at the end. I believe that you can... I believe that you can assign various cameo teams by the same value. So if you're solo maining a character, you can literally orient the order of your teams based off of these categories. I believe Janet falls into what is called a point team. So this is a team you would play first to, test the waters, gauge opportunities, blah, 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 blah. You know, you figure out what's working, what's not working. If you determine that, hey, your axe form needs to be more dangerous, you would probably pick Sektor, or maybe you just determined that your safety just isn't where it should be, you would pick Stryker, or you determine that your damage isn't where it should be, and that's where we get to the last cameo that I want to talk about.
Oh no, I still got some Janet. I still got some.
Oh, just pick Janet again. I'll just pick the last cameo.
Okay. I was surprised you went off of her. I thought you was the one that.
All right, so this is the last team I want to talk about, which is General Shao. But first, I'll let you finish Janet. Ooh, that's gonna break it. Oh, it's just that when look at this, it is about to break the session. So like when those things are on screen, like the hit indicators, like what the stuff that tells you it's what's a high and what's a mid, that can literally break the online practice session. It's stupid. They implemented this shit last minute as hell. All right, but pick up where you left off.
Okay, so there's legitimately only one way to think of April first is I'm gonna bring out the mind Janet because you all don't think what she has. And this is literally the only way to think. You do this, you slap Janet and hit me out the way. You do this, but into that, and obviously you still recover. You do anything even on block like this.
I think that probably works. I imagine this would work. No, that doesn't work. That looks like it works. Oh, okay. So you'd have to know they're getting hit. Okay.
You basically have to hit confirm the standing one too. I practiced it elaborate. I think that's the most logical way to do this. Now I'll do she's kinda unlike one of my next man who actually looks the Jet Kitty cameo is fine. It's the only this works mainly in the opponent's corner, otherwise he can like jump out or something. But she works kinda like Darius, only obviously she's female and she's in front of the character instead of behind him. I feel like the Darius one is more scary. You can't even hit the cameo when he's behind you. But we'll get straight into this. This is a very hard to block, by the way.
Oh, I see what that's about to be. That's disgusting. That's nice. Okay, that's fun. Oh, you can. I think you can do more. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I have a way to optimize that later. All right, so this is the last team that I want to talk about, and this team is very much different than a lot of the other Shao teams because in terms of what this team offers Shao, it's actually not that much. General Shao Shujinko is a very sharp-edged team. This team only exists in very specific matchups where, for whatever reason, your mix just isn't working and they're just not dying fast enough. So, what do? Well, you pick a team that can do this. Whoops. Whoops. Ah, Jesus Christ. So this character 2 touches every character in the game. Actually, I don't even think I need the damage buff here. If Shao had normal health, he'd be dead here. And if I do have the damage buff... Oh, there's another option. Yeah, this one, that has better damage killing, so let me see. Fuck. Oh, look at that. That's way more damage. So that's like 52. And then with the damage buff, that's like 48. So that's literally 100% TRD right there. And obviously, let's say I already had Shujinko to begin with. I actually forget what I forget what the routes. So the thing with this team is that you have to understand the Shujinko routings. So this appears to be a medium launcher. He's really trying. So yeah, that is Shao. Now, to be clear, you do have an overhead option. It's different with each. Sometimes it's derivative, other times it's a little different. But like any time you could do this. Oh, it's only standing too. So that right there, that's like 37% one bar. So no matter who you're fighting, you have that option. So literally, Shao Kahn's default cameo options are really good here. Whoops, I forgot what the route was. But the point is, yeah, this team hurts. The only team that does more damage than this team is like Conan Shujinko, actually. So this is literally just Conan Shujinko's twin brother with real mix, because that's the one thing that Conan doesn't have, real mix. Now, Conan can Vortex you, but still, this is not a Vortex, but also I have armor command grab, so whatever. So, die. This team hurts, and also look at his health. 1200 health, that's what Shujinko gives to Shao. You're now a raid boss, and you can now do whatever the fuck you want with no consequences. Once again, this is without me having Shujinko to begin with, so I don't even need to charge Shujinko and then risk him getting hit. I literally don't have to do anything until I land my sending 2. And this is not a Shao specific matchup. No, I can do this with almost every character in the game. In fact, this is probably weaker in a Shao mirror because Shao's health, he's not going to die here. If he were any other character, he would have died here already. And I'll just wait it out because you can actually just block the. I'm pretty sure 2-2 just punishes Darius wake up outright, and it 2-2 blocks definitely punishes every other invincible wake up outright. I could just wait everything out, then I could just wait everything out, then go for Shujinko. I have all day. I don't care. So literally, all you have to do to play Shujinko is understand your variation routings, and I can actually explain them easily, but I'm gonna need your help with this. When it comes to Shujinko, there are 3 types of launchers. And there are also two different types of restand launchers. 5 different launchers in total. I don't even think I need to show... I guess I can show this in practice, but we can also just show this in the character select screen. So, launchers are... So, these are based off of what Shujinko gets. Launchers are moves where the opponent leaves the ground, obviously. The following characters get launchers. Katana... Melina, Tanya, Sindel, Shang Tsung, not Takeda, Ermac, not Cyrex, Noob Saibot, Sektor, I believe, kinda sorta Reiko, he's a weird one, Rain, not him, Reptile, Lou, Raiden, Johnny. Most of the characters are launchers. And in between those launchers, there are different variations of launchers. So, Shao is a mid-launcher. So, Season, I want you to switch to Noob Saibot. It could be any team, preferably one where he doesn't have his health increased for obvious reasons. So, Janet actually is perfect. So, Noob is... So, like I said, Shao Kahn gets a launcher from Noob. But Noob is a special type of launcher. It is known as a high launcher. And to make my life... Actually, I can do this the normal way. I don't need to do all that. Whoops. So... Post-hit, the routing is the same. With any launcher, the route you go for is exactly the same once he's in axeless form. The difference comes between the combo you do when you are in axe form, so when they're like this. So to make my life easier, we're going to do this. So when you're in axe form, the routes you go for on launches are different. For Shao, you get if you were fighting somebody like Shao, you get a normal launcher. A normal launcher or a medium launcher means you can do something like this. Hold on. This is a medium launcher. Hold on. I dropped it. This is about to break it again. Yep, medium launcher. And this is the route you would go for on a medium launcher. The damage obviously varies based off of the damage scaling of the launcher that you stole, and obviously whether or not you have the damage buff active, but usually any character can break 50. A medium launcher is... So these terms are based off of how high the opponent is off the ground and how much gravity you have to work with. If you have very little gravity, you have what is called a low launcher, not to be confused with like a low starter. A low launcher just means they're barely off the ground. I'll show you an example of that later. The one I just did with Noob is a medium launcher, which means they have a little bit of airtime, or they technically do, even though they don't appear to. This is a high launcher. Sorry, I went for the super launcher. This is a high launcher. I don't know why that dropped. I dropped that at the end, but like you said, a high launcher means you can do a much bigger combo because you do a jump in. If you can do a jump in, you have a high launcher. If you can only do standing 2-2, then you have a medium launcher. If you can barely do standing 2-2, you have a low launcher. And the routes are different, but they're almost universal. So if they have a high launcher, you go for this route. And then realistically, you're going to go for that into another mix. If they have a medium launcher, you'll go for this route. And if they have a low launcher, which Noob Shaibot doesn't have, so I can't showcase, you would go for something like this. So let's pretend this was a low launcher. Like they're barely off the ground. You would just do this immediately. And you would call it. Once again, to be clear, no matter what type of launcher it is, so even if it's a low launcher, you will always be able to do the axeless route. So let's set it to default again to prove my point. High launcher. I dropped it, but you get the high launcher route. Now let's say I do the medium launcher instead. It's hard to time. It's harder to time, I will say that, but the routes are the same. You can still get the same route. So let me try again. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. It's this input delay. This is not hard to do. This is getting on my last nerves. There we go. So on a medium launcher, you still get this. Right, it's exactly the same, and that's 50%. Alright, so I hope I explained it well. That's all of the launchers. Now we're going to quickly talk about restand launchers, which are a little bit different. And then we'll briefly talk about unique launchers. So pick Ghostface, because that'll let us cover everything. Because Ghostface has all of the versions of restand launchers, like all of them. There are 3 types of restand launchers. I lied when I said there was 2. There's actually 3. Alright, so first is what I like to call an extended restand. An extended restand is a restand where the person is in a high amount of block stun. Wait, no, that's not an extended restand, that's actually a normal restand. So a normal restand is basically a restand where they have a subpar amount of block stun, so barely enough time to get a combo going. For subpar restands, you go for this route. Still quite a bit of damage. Now against what I like to call a super restand or an extended restand. Whoops. You have all the time in the world, which allows you to go for a different route. Which gives you a lot more damage. And then there's one more type of launcher, which is what I like to call a false launcher. So this is actually a result of dash cancels or gazebo cancels. They're the same thing. So Ghostface has this, like you get like a projectile steal from him, but if you spin the bar, it actually becomes a restand launcher. The route you go for is the same for a minor restand. So, like I said, for the mediocre restand, the routing is the same. And there are multiple examples of this, and a lot of characters have plenty of both. The gazebo launcher is slightly different, but it functions the same way. Whereas, instead of canceling it deliberately, you're actually just doing a move, and then it's whiffing. So, I can actually show that real quick. Because there are very few characters that have this, but it's important to point them out because the timing is different. So pick T1000. So T1000 has what is called a gazebo restand. It functions the same way as a normal cancel restand. The difference isn't how it works. With a cancel, you deliberately have to take an action. But with a gazebo, you don't actually have to activate a cancel. It happens automatically. So the gazebo cancel is T1000's command grab. That's not it. So his command grab whiffs on the ground because it's a high, but there's so much block stun with this move that you're still able to get a combo, like so. Now, the route you get axeless is not very good. Shujinko doesn't leave the screen in time, so this is the only thing you can get. So you would only go for this route when you're in axeless form, because you can get some good damage off of it. This will give you your most damage possible off of the low option. If you're on point, but I clearly wasn't. Just like all others, it is a classic restand. And remember, no matter what type of restand it is, when you are in axis form, the route is exactly the same, which is the route I just showed you. And T1000 is a low health character, so they are definitely going to die here. So this is without the damage buff. I build my Shujinko. You guessed wrong. GG's. Shake my hand. I dropped it for some reason, but there you go. You just shake my fucking hand. Yeah, you died. And there is one more launcher I want to talk about, which only T1000 has to my knowledge. This is called a super launcher. Look at how high they are in the air. The damage scaling is bad, but it's good enough to go for, but just barely. Like, you can tell the damage is visibly less than... You have a better option. This is a high launcher. And the scaling is significantly better. Still not amazing, but, like, better. So he has T1000 has a high launcher, a super launcher, and of course he has a gazebo restand. Which, remember, don't do this in axe form. You're not gonna get much. This is the most you could realistically get, and it's not a lot. Like, do not use this. Do not go for the gazebo in axe form. It's not a good idea. You want to be able to optimize your damage. Once again, this character's game plan with Shujinko especially is extremely simple. It's literally just land this goddamn move. Land this and you win. I'm not kidding. Land this and they have to guess for their life now. The combo's gonna last so long that Shujinko's ready as soon as the combo's over. Did they wake up? They didn't. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. But the point is, you get the point. Another thing that you can do that's really important to point out is your unique overhead routes. Now remember, the options I showed you were the low routes, but it's important to know that there are some characters that give you extended damage off of your overhead route as well. It's not a lot, but when it exists, it's very important. T1000 is such a character. You squeeze out a little bit extra damage than you could normally would. Under normal circumstances, you would only be able to get like 35 or 36 here, but here you get almost 40. there are only a few characters where you get like extended damage off of your overhead. Some of it is a significant increase. Like there are certain characters like Astra or Reptile or Havoc where off of the overhead routes you can get like 42, 45%, which is really good because it means that the overhead is almost as scary as the low. Whereas with most characters using Shujinko, the overhead is definitely less scary than the low. Realistically, if I don't have the resources to armor for whatever reason that is, I'm probably just gonna take the overhead, God fear me, because I know I'll survive. Whereas if I take the low, I'm definitely dead. So you know. So if you're fighting an opponent where you get an extended route, make sure to take advantage of it. I do think that covers everything for Shao Shujinko. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about Shao Shujinko is for two reasons. One, after doing some studying, I can honestly say this is a team I would use in certain matchups if I were a Shao player. The damage is ridiculous. This is a two-touch character with 1200 health. Like, you could definitely play this. There's no reason that you couldn't play this. Like, keep in mind, you still have access to pre-hit mixes. Like, you can hit them with a low into Shujinko to start them, right? Like, you could just do that. Obviously, he doesn't have a way to convert off the overhead, but that's not even there. And obviously, it's not all that important, but you can get a confirm off of this. And then still get your routes. So if you're worried that there wasn't a route with the auto-shimmy, no need to worry. There is a route with the auto-shimmy. So there it is. Stop worrying about it. But like, I don't know why you were worried about it. You can also do something like this, but I don't recommend it because now this is coming out earlier, and you don't want that because the timing is all messed up now. But some people like to be extra. All right, so I think that now covers everything that Shao Shujinko has to offer. So now let's just talk. So, Seasonal Fox, in my opinion, where do you think Shao places on the tier list? Oh, you can go back to picking Shao now. Oh, well, now we're at the final thought, so now we're just talking about where Shao places on the tier list. You literally did this for Johnny not too long ago. I have the footage.
That's what you made me do.
I most certainly did, and I'll make you do it again if you keep talking shit.
That was cool.
So, Season, in your opinion, where does Shao Kahn land on the tier list? You disgusting piece of garbage. Why are you thinking this ugly ass team?
In my honest opinion, as just as a character himself, he places somewhere in the mid to probably higher low range on the series. With Cameo, that's the thing about this game. Is that Cameo has so much utility, in my opinion, that it can drastically change where a character ranks on the tier list. Now, with regard to that being said, Shao Sektor, I usually play it to joke people, and when they say before that I use like a top 1 team, I play like Shao Sektor or Shao anyway. It's like bottom 3 or bottom 5. I do really believe that he ranks relatively low as far as just characters on the roster. When you put Shao together with a Cameo, like to say Sektor for instance, then he can really become like a top 5 to top 7 team if you ask me. There's really not a couple teams, not too many teams I can think of as stronger than him. Like if you have two players of relative skill level, a Shao Sektor player and say a Homelander Farrah player, would probably go 5-5 as far as that.
Oh yes, in my opinion, Shao, like I said, Homelander Farrah is also a pre-hit mix-up character. So I was bold when I said Shao Kahn is the best pre-hit mix-up character in the game. Because Homelander's problem isn't the mix, even though the mix is real. Homelander's problem is his frame data, which is fundamentally better than Shao's, but that's neither here nor there. Well, God, that character's normal. I'll kill myself. But like in terms of actually making you guess, Shao is the best at doing that, in my opinion. And if you're the best at something, I feel like you can't be anything below top 10. So in my opinion, Shao Kahn is at least top 10 overall. That's considering all of his teams. So that's considering Shao's Sektor, Shao Shujinko, Shao Stryker, Shao Tremor, Shao Janet, and whatever team you think goes in 5th place. Because I always think there should be 5 tournament viable Shao teams. I'll let you decide what 5th place is, as long as it's not Chameleon. Just kidding. Your opinion Just kidding. Your opinion can be whatever it is, and I have to co-sign it legally. It's literally in the Evan Academy contract. But I will be perturbed because I don't like Chameleon. It's a virtual contradict. Just means whatever you say, I have to co-sign. Rizzy, this was in the briefings. Aren't you in the honors program in your high school? Anyways, Caesar, let's talk about matchups. Actually, how do you feel Shao Kahn's matchup chart looks? So matchup charts. Let's talk about Shao Kahn's matchup chart. I believe Shao Kahn is a very sharp-edged character. Despite being top tier, he definitely has some counter picks, but also I feel like there are some characters that he just straight up destroys. As a matter of fact, I would say Shao Kahn destroys most of the top tiers. I feel like he's one of 3 characters in the top tier that is what I would like to call a top tier killer. Reiko is another top tier character that is what I'd like to call a top tier killer, and then there's Sektor. Down back to, like, if we run a set, which I'm actually offering, I'm not gonna lie, if I play annoying enough, you might actually leave Evan Academy. Because I'm very much aware of what my advantages are in that matchup. I will be down back 2ing you every single time. You did that. Yes, down back 2, that 8-frame move. But also his armor is pretty good. Raiden is just a really solid character. But no, Raiden is probably Shao's worst matchup. It's most certainly his least convenient. The only thing Shao has going for him in that matchup is that Raiden's full screen presence isn't that much better than Shao, so maybe he could thug it out and get his way in. But the thing is, Raiden is just as dangerous as Shao is. Well, no, Shao is more dangerous up close technically. Well, no. I would say no, and even then. So so it's weird, right? Shao is technically more dangerous when he gets started, and he's technically better at getting started. But ironically enough, Raiden's defensive tools, or his one defensive tool, which is down back 2, is just really good at shutting it down. So Raiden is really good at making sure Shao doesn't get started. Meanwhile, Shao isn't very good at stopping Raiden from doing whatever the hell he wants to do, while also being a very dangerous character in his own right. Because the way Raiden plays is, I wouldn't call it similar to Shao, because usually Shao wants to be right, and Shao is usually right when they mix you. A Raiden player could be wrong, but that's neither here nor there. You also said something about Reiko, so I actually do not have knowledge about the Shao versus Reiko matches, so actually explain that one to me. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. That's back 3 into enhanced command grab into whatever cameo he picked and death.
That moves so much range that even if he down pokes you, for instance, and backs up, he has to do just one backdash, and even if as a Shao player you try to dash forward immediately and like do a standing one or two, sorry, for whatever odd reason you make that Reiko move come out faster and it outspaces you so much that you really can't do anything about it.
Then he has a plus on block sweep. He has a safe overhead for some reason. He has a really good auto shimmy. He has the only thing that's not amazing about him is his mid, but it doesn't need to be amazing because his back 3 does everything. His forward 4 has even more range. Thank God it's unsafe at least, but that doesn't fucking matter. He is the best grappler in the game. I was hesitant. No, let me rephrase that. He is the most dangerous grappler in the game. Technically, and I cannot stress this enough, technically, T1000 is better at actually throwing out command grabs, and technically, Homelander's command grab is the least reactable, but, and I cannot stress this enough, but, in the grand scheme of things, I could give a fuck about getting command grabbed by T1000. T1000's best team is a team where he doesn't even get a combo from the command grab. Same thing with Homelander. They keep chipping away at the damage scaling of his command grab to the point where at this point, getting hit by the command grab is almost a bad idea high level, because now you're sacrificing all your cameo to, snuff out 22%. Legitimately, that is the optimal now. The optimal is 22% with Homelander's command grab. It's barely worth going for at this point. But with Reiko, one command grab, you lose 50%. If he has Fatal, it's 60. You only need to get fucked once, and it's a mid-command grab.
The only way you can jump over the enhanced running command grab is jump over.
On a hard read. It's like a mid-command grab, that's why you can't dug it. That's literally the whole point. But, you have to jump on a hard read. You cannot reaction jump. If you reaction jump, you're just gonna get fucked. You cannot reaction jump. You can reaction mash. For whatever reason, down 1 does actually, quote-unquote, beat it. But you are not gonna be able to reaction poke. You can reaction armor. You can try doing that. Good luck doing. Good luck. Well, here's the thing. You can't react to the command grab. You can react to the stance. And if they see you're going to armor, they're going to close the stance. Then they're going to block. Then you're going to get standing 3 into the knee, into another standing 3, into an enhanced command grab, into Tremor, into 49%. Your options suck. And Reiko can do a lot of the same things that Shao can do. So you know how I said Shao was 10 times better than people thought he was because of that Vortex that almost no Shao player uses for some reason. I think you're the only Shao player that uses it. I've never seen Dialect go for it. I've never seen B-Wood go for it. He's lying if he said he's gone for it before. I've stalked all of his footage. He's never done that shit. He uses fucking Shao Kano. Reiko could do the same thing. Reiko could do the same thing. What for his command grab? He has a command grab Vortex. Like I don't know if he fought Renzuke before. Like I don't even know if you know who that is. But he is a Shao practitioner and he is an Reiko practitioner and he is disgusting with Reiko Sektor. Obviously Reiko Tremor is just slightly the better team for neutral related reasons. But yeah, Reiko in general is just obnoxious. He could be top 3. I'm hesitant to call him top 3 because you can counterpick him, the Katana matchup obviously isn't great. The rated matchup obviously isn't great for Reiko. You can kind of sort of counterpick him, but also fuck Reiko. He beats all of the top tiers, actually. There is not a single character in the same tier as Reiko that he loses to or even goes 5-5. He either has slight advantage or he outright wins. He even outright beats T1K. That's so bad. The only reason people are hesitant to call him number 1 is because he does actually have counterpicking matchups. You can't counterpick Reiko. You can counterpick Shao. If we're looking at overall matchup charts, though, I will say that Shao Kahn's matchup chart is a little bit weaker than Reiko's. What's interesting about Shao, though, is just how dominant he is. Whereas Reiko has a lot of slight advantage matchups, Shao has a lot more true 6-4s, true 7-3s. He's a lot more dominant in the matchups that he wins. So if he's winning the matchup, he's comfortable. If he's losing the matchup, he's dying. If the matchup is 5-5, Shao's mix is just objectively more dangerous than most other characters. Shao Kahn's Vortex and his pre-hit mix-up is objectively the most dangerous mix in the game. So like I said, Shao is just really good if he can get started. The only way to have a bad matchup with Shao is to stop him from getting started. Because every matchup is a losing matchup when Shao actually gets started. Once he hits you once and puts you into this vortex, it doesn't matter who the opponent is, you could die here. You got strong. This is your last chance. Oh, I need to remember the routes, but like I said, if I remember the routes, you were dead there. Like, I still don't understand why this combo's on the hit. Do I sound salty? Do I sound like I've been tortured?
You don't have to. The way I see it, they have to make General Shao like that. Like I said, his so-called projector is Punisher. Literally any character in the game was Punisher. And if you're any closer than Ab's freeze, and he tries to do that move, you can easily jump over and get a whip Punisher. Like that, I just don't understand why they should have gave it. At least made it as long to start up.
I would rather he just didn't have the move. There are some moves in this game that it's insulting that it even exists. On both sides of the spectrum. Some moves are broken and it's insulting that it exists, and other moves are ridiculously stupid and it's insulting that it even exists. Shao has one of those moves where it's like, why does this exist? I don't get it. This is insulting.
No, I agree. It doesn't make sense to me at all. And like, I don't know why they haven't been updating the game to take away some of what's his name? To take away some of Reiko's range, but that range is ridiculous. It outspaces every character in the game. All it is.
Honestly, Reiko would be the best character in the game if it weren't for the zoning nerf, because holy shit. Do you guys remember when Reiko was the best zoner in the game and he wasn't even his fucking zoner? No. I don't want to go back to that. As disgusting as Reiko is, I would actually rather Reiko be like this than how he was before, simply because at least Reiko's in my goddamn face. I am not about to sit here and deal with Reiko throwing shurikens at me all day. Like, what is this?
Some of the most broken BS they put in that game. I'm glad they make the way other projectiles destroy that now.
I mean, like I said, in most of the matchups, it doesn't even matter, unfortunately. But in the matches where it does, it really does. Like I said, Katana kind of destroys this character. Kind of. There are other better examples. Sektor is probably having his way with him. No! Reiko beats Sektor! And I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense on paper, but from what I've seen of Calix's gameplay, Cyber Calix, who is the Sektor specialist, Reiko beats Sektor, and I don't know why. Because Sektor is the best zoner in the game. How the fuck do you lose to Reiko? I don't know. I don't know.
Pretty much the only character in the game who has basically no recovery on that air projectile.
Alright, so overall, we would put Shao in, if we're highballing, right there at number 10. I would say maybe even ninth place. I would call Shao Kahn the ninth best character in the game if we're highballing, and if we're lowballing, we could put up somewhere in 15th. So high mid. So somewhere within that range is his true ranking. Personally, I would like to highball Shao because Shao is the best at something. And there are not a lot of characters that are the best at something. So if you are one of those characters, I automatically think you should be top 10. Shao is the best pre-hit mix-up character in the game. There is no denying that. There is barely a debate. Like, the results speak for itself. Dialog doesn't even play the character optimally, and look at his fucking results. Like, yes, Shao Kahn is that scary. I keep taking shots at Dialog, and I don't know why. I don't even have any beef with him.
What's the hit?
Alright guys, now it's time for the tail end of the stream, which is a simple exhibition between me and Season Fox. You want to do a first to 3 or a first to 5?
How about first to 5?
Sounds good. I'll send the invite.
Are we playing our main?
You'll be playing your absolute best team. I'm the Katana specialist, but I might just use any character actually. But I will not be playing Shao. No. You'll be fucked. I do not know how to use that character. I'll embarrass myself. Well, okay, then they'll see my not so boring ass Sub-Zero. Actually, no, my Sub-Zero gen is not boring. My sub is boring, but I only used that against that one Havoc play that was making me want to pluck my eyes out. I don't even know if you saw that stream, but I because I deleted it. But like, wait, did I? Yeah, I did delete it.
I saw while you were live because you were bugged.
Yeah, because like, no, fuck that. Well, actually, I want to invite him to be the Havoc specialist. I want to invite him to be the Havoc specialist.
You fucking pissed.
I want to invite him to be the Havoc specialist because he was really good and he had consistent optimals. He was using the best team. The only thing he wasn't really doing was he wasn't using the awakening mode that he has, but that's fine. I could just
No one ever uses the best team.
not really. And it's what gives Havoc some depth. It's why I can't call Havoc the easiest character in the game. If Havoc didn't have that awakening, he would be the easiest character in the game, and I would call him Gerber Baby. But unfortunately, he has that, so the easiest character in the game is still Baraka. Johnny is easy, but he also has depth. Like I said, hype keeps Johnny from being called Gerber Baby. If hype didn't exist, yes, Johnny Cage would be Gerber Baby. Well, unfortunately, his corner optimals are actually hard to do. So no, if you play the best Lou has optimals that are really hard to execute. So unfortunately, Lou is not Gerber Baby. His game plan is Gerber Baby, but so is Shao's. It's not your game plan isn't the only factor that determines whether or not your character is Gerber Baby. It's also their execution, depth. Now, Liu Kang also doesn't have a lot of depth, but he does have execution, and that's what saves him. Omni-Man is the same, because Omni-Man's game plan and, like, his depth is very Gerber Baby, but unfortunately, Omni-Man takes a lot of execution, actually. Like, Omni-Man's combo structure is by far the most unique in the game, actually, and that really saves this character. Alright, guys, first of 5 between the Shao specialist and one of the top Shaos in the entire world. Sub-Zero does pretty well in this matchup. We'll see about that. You did see the team I picked, right? It's like you don't know me at all. I couldn't walk you down. I tried to backdash. Well, gonna go ahead and die for this. Yep. Well, time to die. I'll delay my wake up. Walk him down. Walk him down. Actually, I could have taken that. Oh, I just died for this. Yep. Yep. Fuck. Watch the stream. Oh, never do that again. Gotta delay my wake up. Gotcha. I'll take that trade. You risked it all. And you failed. I died for this. Oh, thank God. Oh. You spoke too soon. You definitely. Yeah, you better break. It was about to be over for you. I'm afraid I have no choice. Just kidding. For all General Shao fans, be sure to join the community Discord to join Heaven Academy. Seasoned Fox is your Shao specialist, so he will be your guide to helping you become the best Shao player possible. Yeah, go ahead and die for it. Gonna block. Gonna block. 1-1. No, no. Somebody hasn't fought Sinister Ruler before. You just died for this? Yep, yep, yep. It's a more set play. No, are you dead ass right now? Nope, I'm gonna block this. Yep. Nope, you don't get anything off of that. Wake up buttons. I'm not dead for this. Actually, I am because. Actually, no. I have 1100 health. I can survive this. I can take this. No, I can take this. You're not gonna get the one missile in time, bro. What, bro? Why did I backdash? Why did I backdash? Well, I was gonna enforce my plus range, but then I noticed missile was there, so I panicked. Don't do it. Don't touch him. Fuck. No. Actually, Jax comes back faster. Wait. Yeah, there it is. He was Shadow Patch. Jax comes back faster. Yeah, this is -8, so... Actually, this is -10. It was a shadow buff. They just made his timer 5 seconds instead of 10. Yes. Plus shit. Miss my punish, so I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck. Well, that's a reaction punish. Oh, why won't you get open up? Okay, I know what to do here. What? So I'm kind of trying to beat like at least the third best shot player in the entire world right now. Well, whatever you're doing right now, I really can't hear you. What? Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying. Sorry, Rizzy, you're too garbage. I really can't hear anything you're saying. Stop that! Never. You're gonna eat more grab. No, I have to block this. You have to break this. Oh, that's bullshit. Delay my wake up. Fuck, you were waiting for it. No, gonna go ahead and die for this. But it's okay, you don't have any resources, and I'm dead. Yeah, I'm not taking that. Yeah, but I'm Katana, so I'll just play full screen. Fuck that. Mid check. Bro, why would you get opened up? Yes, I let Jax get hit on purpose just for that. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I want you to get opened up. No, actually, you have Fatal Blow, so I can't do that. So we're gonna work our way in, because if I throw a projectile, I'm just gonna die. No, see, I was playing comfortably until I realized, oh, if I throw a projectile, I'm gonna die, so... You leave me no choice. This is a team you haven't seen before, because I'm the one who invented it. Raiden Goro. If you think what wits can do is dangerous, wait until you see this. It jails. I get in for free. It jails. It jails. It all jails. No? I'm gonna block it. Nope. It jails. You're still mashing. It's literally plus 10. That only happened because I did a 20 frame move after that. Some people, I guess... No, you're not getting rewarded for that. Shit. Nope. No. Ready for more? No. I died for projectile. You know, you don't get a reward. Oh, I could have killed you. I blocked. I literally blocked. This game is bullshit. I literally blocked. I literally helped block. There's no way you caught my forward dash. There's no way you caught my forward dash recovery. Anyways, overhead. Fuck. Well, that's wasted. Punish. I realized that wasn't worth it. I realized that wasn't worth it. Shit. Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, I see. Punished. And it's gonna be a safe jump. Did I just die for this? And I have 950 health. I've literally died for this. I literally died for this. I literally could have just armored through or something, but no. I just had to mash on plus frames. Well, I'm just used to interrupting you when you do Sektor anyway that I didn't even account for. Oh, I kind of just respected the Sektor missile, didn't I? I'm just so used to interrupting you to where it doesn't matter if I get hit by it or not. Okay, so I miscalculated at the end, but now you feel fear, so I know this is the way to go. I can block. Poke me already! Poke. Fine. If you're not gonna poke, you're gonna get armor. Ooh, they're trying to lag spike me up. The like. You're afraid. You have fear. Have some fear. Nope. Punished. And that's gonna be an overhead combo. Nope, it dropped for some reason. Gotta finish the string. Punished, and I can still block. I guess wrong. Fuck this game. Fuck this character. I get in for free. I keep guessing wrong. You gotta guess right. Command, normal grab. Fuck.
That's the first time I ever used that grab on level. I don't use that.
You were tired of me guessing right because I keep guessing right on that double missile actually. Okay, this isn't doing anything. Have you ever seen that before? Plus. I died for this. There's no way you actually punish it. There's no way you punish it. There's no way you punish it. No. No, this is gonna kill me. You forget. You underestimate Shao's damage. I'm literally dead. Doing you. Now run that back rating exclusive. Oh no, I just mean I'm using rated the whole time now. I literally threw 3 matches away. I can block in time. No. Fuck. Oh, well that's a... Wait, did that just trade combo? Nope. Did you just poke? Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't know the rules. I'll armor through. I mistimed it. That's supposed to jail on Nagoro. I mistimed it. Okay, that was a bad play. Punished. The lag spike literally killed me. Are you even watching the stream? No, I'm not even gonna go for that. I'm not even gonna go for that poke punish. Oh my god, 400 feet. Damn it, it took too long for Gore to leave the screen. Up blocking and a hard read, you have balls. Now I was actually trying to go for the OS because Raiden has an OS with Goro, but literally I just fucked it up entirely. I don't even know if that was the lag's fault. I may have just fucked it up entirely. But the lag did fuck up those poke punishes. You should have died. Fuck. I don't know why I just did nothing. Punished. Jails. Respect it. It's plus 10. Punish. Can still block. Fuck, he's at fatal. Now I have to play differently. Fuck me. And I'm literally dead here. It's only plus 3, so you were still able to mash because I went for the overhead. Mashing on hit is insane, though. You should die for that. Plus 10. Why do you keep doing that? Well, it's not working. Plus 10. I mistimed it. It's a just frame jail to make you not armor. If I timed it perfectly, you would have gotten hit anyway. Yep. And Goro kills you for it. If you didn't break the armor, then nothing would have happened. This game, it keeps fucking me up. This game keeps fucking with me. This game keeps fucking with me. Why didn't Goro come out properly? Where is my Goro? No, it jails. There is no slapping the hell out of Goro. If you were able to slap him, that means he didn't come out properly. It's supposed to jail. Yeah, I said run it back rated exclusive. That means 5 more. Nope. And I can't punish it because that. So I'm just gonna do this now. If I can't punish you, we're just gonna go for a mix. Block. Then you'll keep eating overhead until I get bored. I got bored. Go in and poke. You know you want to do it again. Oh my god, I didn't go gets hit. I'm literally blocked. I literally blocked. Okay. Oh, damn it. Well, that's annoying. Okay, I think I'm beginning to realize the sector is more important than I realized. I'm talking about for Raiden. Shit. Huh? Oh my god. Let's change domains. This is my specialty. Now go ahead and do the teleport and get punished. Well, you can't move now. You cannot move now. No, I get it. Well, that backfired horribly. I just need one hit. Huh? Why didn't the portal go anywhere? The portal just didn't go any. It didn't go into the portal. I don't know what's happening anymore. That makes no sense. It lasts for a very long time. This game has no explanation. And if I try to find one, I'm gonna lose my mind. I literally did the stand 4. Even if I messed it up slightly, he still should have went into the portal. There is. I just had to do that move. I just had to do that move specifically right then and there. I couldn't do anything else. So I have never mentioned this before, but out of every single character in the game, my least favorite character to fight, regardless of matchup, is actually Shao Kahn. And I know it's regardless of matchup because I think most of the characters I play don't do that terribly against him. I think Noob specifically loses horribly, but most other characters do fine against him. I just don't like fighting Shao. It's annoying. That standing 2 is annoying. I just want to run away from him the entire time. Resident, you play Johnny Cage. Nobody is that annoying for you. Nobody is that annoying for you. You play Johnny. You don't lose to Reiko. You just don't know what you're doing. Oh my god, let go of block. Out of range. What? The punish wasn't gonna work. And that's why I don't like doing that or good stuff. It was supposed to be unduckable. I can't do anything until I have a full. It's about percentage, not amount of health. I found about that watching fucking Gur's tournament footage. Well, that's why I still won. Bro, my mid is still able to lose to you mashing on a -10 move. I can't stand this character. This character's so not good at the game. And then you have that anyway. You have that arm. You have that move anyway. And it just makes it go away. Why did I get off rated again? Yeah, none of my other characters are ready yet. So I'll just have to try raiding again.
Absolutely suck balls. Why even bother?
Why then, General, did you lose to me?
Oh my god, I can't do that safely. Two punishes it. I just can't. Fuck me, I just keep guessing wrong. Not even sure what you just did there. Forgot my down back 2 punish. So are you stating the obvious to rage bait me on purpose, or do you actually think I have amnesia? He recovers in time. I was worried that this wouldn't really work. But Goro wasn't working, so I had to try something. Actually, I'm just staying the fuck away from you. I don't care. I'll take that trade.
I see what you're doing. The shimmy and the mix. I like how you're doing that. It looks like a cheat.
The only thing I have going for me is that you're just terrified of me for some reason. You refuse to poke. I wish you would. That would make my life easier. But at least I know I can just get away with this overhead every single time. Where's my up block? You should have died a terrible death. There's no way that won. You laughed at. You definitely laughed at that shit. How many times have you fought Various? How many times? How many times have you fought Various? I want a number. I want a goddamn number. There's no... There's no way in hell that should have worked. It was literally my turn. My air down back 3 should have won anyway. Oh my god. I would hope so. Him clipping a YouTuber will get him some serious views. Fuck. Yeah, okay. Guess wrong. Guess wrong again. Right now you're just running away. Oh. Oh my god, please, just do something stupid! Finally. Now do something stupid again. Now do something stupid again. Now, really? Out of range? Plus 24, by the way. You should be able to backdash on plus 24, but the world may never know. That's not a made-up number either. I could very much verify it. Bro, just get hit by one low and lose 50%. It's not that hard. All you have to do is get hit by the low, then lose 54, and lose 55%. It's not that hard. Fucking hell. You don't have a choice. I can't safe jump that move. I forgot I can't safe jump that move. It's 10 frames. It's too fast. I cannot safe jump it. I can't safe jump Johnny either. They're both high, so I don't need to safe jump it. I could just 4-4 on hard read, but I just hate that I can't. It's so annoying. Oh god, make it unsafe. You just poked me, by the way. Because I'm fucking jet lagged. Punished. He just lost, by the way. I blocked this. I fucking... You know that's broken, right? You know that shouldn't exist. You know no character should have something like that, right? You do understand that, right? I couldn't punish his fatal blow. Down by 2 wouldn't have even reached him. I've labbed it. There was nothing I could have done. The only thing I could have done is dash up mix, but he probably would have matched anyway because he already had the first round. What did he have to lose? This game fucking sucks. I cannot stand it. Why are fatal blows safe? It's not safe. It just has a lot of push black. I don't up block anymore. I have PTSD. Yeah, the last time I up-blocked was against Reiko on Renzuke, and he kind of just took 70% of my life, so kind of never up-blocking again, realistically. $35? I said 75. I said 70%. I lost 70% of my life. Oh my god, I tried to flawless block it. I could have flawless blocked it and killed you. I could have flawless blocked it and killed you. I can't wait to post the Shao Kahn counterplay guide. I can't wait to release that and make your life miserable. I'm literally gonna DM it to everybody that's ever consistently lost to you. No. Well, I'll drop a Conan counterplay guide as well. I figured you played Conan because of the thing. You said you play other characters. I assumed one of them was Conan. It's on your profile. Yes. Bro, get walked down. Punished. Who knows? Who cares? Bro, all this character needs is a good mid. All this character needs is a good mid. Bro, my problem with Shao is that I only get bits and pieces of what I need to deal with you. I get the mid I need from Katana, but then I only have the mix I need with Raiden, and there's not a character that gives me both. Well, actually, T1000 does exist, but well, actually, T1000 does exist, but unfortunately, I haven't mastered T1000 yet.
Oh my god, it's bombers.
Just wait until I master T1000. Just wait until I master T1000. Not gonna lie to you, because my down back 3 would check all of this, and then I have my mix, and then my forward 2 has the range I need. Like, T1000 would be perfect for you right now. Nope. You'll die for it. Nigga, if you don't press a button...
I'm sorry, you take 1228. That's not even all 3/4 members. That's because you're a little young.
You guys are the same age, by the way.
No, we're not. That motherfucker did, you're 19. Same age. You're young.
You guys are both teenagers, it's the same thing. No.
I swear, I'm fucking
You just mashed on knockdown. I'll end your life.
that you would expect me to get up and cut armor. You know that thing you talked about earlier?
Well, that was stupid.
Yeah, so bomb will probably give you the ass.
I'll armor through. Fuck. Like a child.
That was cool. Like a child. I thought that was so tough.
No. Oh my god. Where's my 7-frame punish? Is forward to -6? I'm pretty sure it's -7, so why didn't you die? Random poke, wake up poke. I literally, yeah, but I had a bar of meters, so I don't understand why I still died. I hate last breath. I hate last breath, but like that would have been so convenient right there. Although then I would have lost the bar I needed to punish you for it, so... Yeah, this team really only works if you poke and you're not poking, so I kind of don't know what to do now. Stop that. You ever heard of bitches? You should get some. This is why I will never have children. Damn it, I tried to do something. But unfortunately you just took the hit. Nigga, if you don't take... Bitch. Bitch. Faster than me. That could be a slight pain in the ass. Now you go for that? Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't use the vortex. You just you lied to me. You lied to me in that live stream. Dude, you. 2 or 3 times in your whole career.
Well, as you can see, it worked out really good.
Yeah, I need to learn Raid and Sektor so I can actually win this matchup. Fucking hell. So is what you do. Nope. Nice try though. No. Oh, and Jax is hit, and you're gonna get Fatal Bowl back just right then and there. I need to practice proper workplace etiquette because I almost cussed out a colleague in the workplace.
So can you repeat that again, combo you were working on?
Ooh, somebody's finally blocking up. You know what that means. Don't do that again. You just think I eat the most. You think I just eat the most unhealthy shit, don't you?
I said Cheerios. Like what? I said the most basic cereal. Like I just accused you of eating.
Cereal is inherently unhealthy, but that's besides the point.
Oh really? I would have never thought.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm kinda. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kinda just gonna have to be annoying, aren't I? Actually, that's not gonna do it. Ew, no. Please take the Shao. Did you know that all character specialists have a near legal obligation to play their mains at all times while on Heaven Academy streams? It's a fun little policy that Calyx hates because he constantly likes trying out his day one whatever on players. The purpose of you guys being on live stream is to encourage players to join Heaven Academy. And they can't do that if they don't see you playing your mains. Yes, I would hope most of you guys are, hence the specialist term. Yeah, I've been busy. Well, none of your business. I need to remember it. I know how to play this. I know how to fight you now. Ah, Jesus. Again with this shit. You did not react. You just got very lucky that I already committed to the damn move. Well, at least you can't do it again, so... At least it's gone, so now you can't do it again. So now you'll actually have to play neutral. Oh my god, get opened up. Yeah, it's just grab. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of people trying to hit Jax and me not being able to kill them for it. Oh, I can't break the grab because brutality priority. Don't you just love this game? Brutality priority is so annoying. I literally take the grab. You do not get to talk shit about that. You do not get to talk about looping for damage. And you can still break that. I literally have to sit there and do nothing. Now, if I sit there and do nothing, you die, but it's so annoying. Yep, do it. Why are you still alive? This is why I wake up buttons. And this is why I wake up buttons. Like, I'm so sick and tired of just child players doing whatever they want with no consequence. You're not even vortexing me. At least a Vortex. No, Vortex involves a restand. FGC Dictionary. Bro, can you at least call Sektor or do something? Bro, I can't. Bro, I low-key get checked for poking you. Actually. Hello. Oh my god. Oh my god. And that's why, yeah, but you won't mash on Raiden. No, you'll play like a weirdo and force me to use this character to mid-check you, but now you're not mashing. Oh, god damn it. Oh my god. That was risky. Unbreakable damage. And you're doing that so you can get a Sektor in time. And I'm dead, by the way. What am I supposed to do? Armor?
You got so close to winning. Almost.
Uh, Maybe I'm just too used to Combat League players, but I'm low-key sick and tired of high-level players just hold block all day. Combat League players never block. Okay. No, I'm tired of wasting my resources. Take it. Still blocking. Bro, let go of fucking block. Block! Why won't you let go of block? Fucking hell. No. No. You still won't let go of block. Fucking hell. Yeah, you're not taking this one. Oh my fucking let go of block. Hit Jackson would be the last thing you'd ever do. Bro, make it more punishable. Bro, make everything minus 100. Make every fatal blow minus 100. I'm so sorry. You should not be rewarded for doing that. This game rewards you for being bad at the game. Let go of block. Okay. I'll take that trade. Oh, you don't get any chip damage or a trade or something? Cool. Nope. Nope, die. Died for breaking. You died for breakaway. Okay, I finally know how to beat you. Grab you to War of Attrition, grab you to death. That's how I win. War of Attrition, grab you to death. Until you finally let go of block. No. Let's look at the first hit. Oh. Oh, finally I got you to let go of block, but I couldn't micro duck in time. Nope, nope, nope. Let go of block. Finally, but I didn't read it, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god. Fuck that shit. Nope. Oh my god. Okay. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't give a shit. Thanks, Jax. Yeah! Nope, no. Yeah, you may want to break this. Fuck. So you will mash on down one. You'll mash after I block your down one. That's when you'll let go. That's when you'll mash buttons. But you won't when it's actually your fucking turn. Oh my god. No. Because I fought Dialogue too many times to ever get hit by that ever again. It's never happening ever again. Go ahead and hit Jax, that'll be the last thing you do. Okay, let's do something. Oh, motherfucker. Well, yeah, we're going to hold on. Well, GG's. Ugh. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the Shao Kahn final verdict. If you couldn't hear Season Fox, unfortunately this entire stream was a waste of time, but hopefully that is not the case. In any case, be sure to tune in for the Shao Kahn official advanced combo guide featuring all of his best cameos tonight. Alright, that's all. Combo Heaven out. The next character better be somebody